Today, we're going to show you how to replace the brake light on the Apollo Phantom 2.0. For this repair, you're going to need a 2.5mm Allen key, a 3mm Allen key, and a Phillips head screwdriver. So you're going to first start off by removing the grip tape. Our unit doesn't have one, but afterwards, you're going to need a 2.5mm Allen key to remove the deck screws. Once you've taken off all the screws, we can now pry open the deck. Before we do anything inside the scooter, we're going to turn off the battery by depressing on the switch. Now, our battery has the switch separated from the battery, but your unit might have it directly on the frame of the battery. After you've turned off your battery, we can now disconnect the battery from the controller with these large plugs. And then we're going to disconnect the charging port. With everything disconnected, we can now remove the battery from the frame of the scooter. And set this aside. With the battery now out, we can unscrew the light box from the frame of the scooter with a 3mm Allen key. With the light box set aside, we can now access these 3 screws, which we're going to unscrew with a 3mm Allen key. With all the screws removed, we're going to be popping out the left deck light with our Allen key by shoving it into the hole of the screw. I'm going to leave it hanging there for now. Next, we're going to unscrew the brake light assembly by unscrewing these 2 screws with a Phillips head screwdriver. After you've removed the Phillips screws, there's going to be 2 more screws below the deck of the scooter. We're going to be using a 2.5mm Allen key to get these out. Once all the brake light screws are removed, we can now move the brake light assembly so that we can access the wire. So now we're going to have to follow the LED and tug on it a bit so we can find out which wire it is within the deck of the scooter. And I'm pulling, and it's this one. So I'm going to disconnect this and then pull on the other end. So I'm now pulling from the brake light side, and it should go right inside that channel. Next, we're going to remove our brake line because it runs through our brake light assembly. So we're going to loosen it with a 5mm Allen key. And once the brake line is out of the brake caliper, we can feed the brake line through the housing of the brake light housing. So in this case, we have a pre-production model, so we can't just pull out the brake light assembly. But on your model, you should be able to just pull this out and then slide in your new one, which is fine.
So one of the improvements we can do is to remove the rear plastic cover. You need to remove the suspension first to be able to pass it. And that's going to be annoying if you need to replace the LED strip or just work on it. So what we're going to do, we're going to remove this part here. So it's going to be like this. So now you can install this and remove it with the suspension still being installed.
Once you've reinstalled your new brake light housing, we can now reinstall our brake line. With the line now inside, we're going to tighten our brakes just enough so it's not touching the brake disc. Afterwards, we can now reinstall our brake light cable. So I'm pushing the brake cable in from the outside. And I have to grab it through this little slit on the side of the frame. Now we can reconnect the brake light. We can now reassemble the brake light housing using a Phillips screwdriver and the Phillips screws. After the top screws are installed, we're going to install the bottom screws with a 2.5mm Allen key. Okay, once the brake light assembly is installed, we can reinstall our side deck lights. And then we're going to use 3mm Allen key to screw in all 3 screws from inside the deck. With the side deck light now reinstalled, we can reassemble our light box. Afterwards, we're going to reinstall our battery. Make sure all the cables are out of the way, then drop it in. We're going to connect our controller to the battery now. As well as our charging port. And once everything's connected, don't forget to turn on your battery by pressing into the button. With the battery now powered on, we can shove all the cables back inside the frame of the scooter. After that, we can reinstall our deck cover. Grab our 2.5mm Allen key and reinstall all the screws. With all the screws now installed, the last step would be to install your grip tape. And that's how you place the brake light on the Apollo Phantom 2.0.